It's the kickoff now. We're about to witness here at the Akwa Ibom Stadium in Uyo, Nigeria Super Eagles taking on Uganda. And this is a game that is of some significance, actually, to the two sides. Nigeria would want to re-establish their authority, having missed out on the last Nations Cup. And Uganda also would want to make the very same statement as the stadium quietly but gently, slowly begins to fill up. The die-hard soccer followers would not want this to pass them by. We expect the two sides to file onto the pitch any moment now. This resplendent, wonderful stadium is gradually filling up. And of course, you can see the excitement of those who are here. And it's a lot of cheers as these two sides, they are familiar foes. They've played one another a number of times. And each of them boasts 3 victories and a draw, of course, from the 7 meetings between them. Those are the two people, the two sides that we're looking forward to. And now they come, led by the ball boys as they file onto this pitch. They're just coming out of the dugout now. The two of them just coming from the dressing room. It is time for action. This is one game that Nigeria as well, and of course the flag, the FIFA flag itself, making it very prominent, shrouding even our camera as well. The ball is there sitting and waiting for the two sides to come on. And this is the game you want to watch. The Super Eagles of Nigeria against the Cranes of Uganda. We'll have quite a bit to talk about concerning the Cranes of Uganda. And you expect that this is a game that would mean so much. Kenneth Omeruo, well, he was a regular starter at Middlesbrough in the English Championship, but at a point he seemed to be starting more from the bench than in the starting lineup these days. Quite a number of them. Nigeria, an admixture of home-based players and foreign-based players. And of course, the same thing applies to Uganda. They have players scattered across Africa. They also have players scattered around Uganda. And we'll take the national anthems of the two countries now.
Next up, Excellency, Chief Dr. Boswell Bonopardo, Commander, Honor of the Niger. One of Nigeria's finest ever governors.
Well, they're still getting ready for the national anthem, but I think that pre-match formalities will probably proceed here. The governor of Akwa Ibom State, the man who ensured the construction of this really wonderful stadium, Godswill Akpabio. He's a man that loves sports, there is no doubt about it. And anybody who would put this kind of edifice on the ground must have a particular love for. And of course, Vincent Tenyama had to pose for a special photograph with his governor. And that's Tenyama, the captain of the Nigerian side. And at kickoff, he will become just the 3rd goalkeeper in Africa to amass 100 appearances. Some really not very familiar faces on the Nigerian side. Ogenyo Nazi there is a known face from Lazio. And of course, Kenneth Omeruo, the last man to shake the governor's hands. Kenneth Omeruo, who is actually on the books of Chelsea in England in the English Premier League, but is on loan at Middlesbrough. And of course, the Eagles of Nigeria, incidentally, initially it was thought that Brazil was going to be here on this match-free day. And of course, to look at the team sheets, the Nigerian team sheet there, Vincent Tenyama making his 100th century of appearances for Nigeria's Super Eagles. Chimakas, quite a good number of home-based players are here. Chimakas is one of them. And of course, you also have, well, all the rest of them in the starting lineup for now. One of the last 4 games he handled for Nigeria. And you would think that he wants to continue in that vein with this experimental, but nonetheless, national side of Nigeria.
Yeah, the loss was to Ivory Coast when Cote d'Ivoire was preparing for the Nations Cup. They eventually won it, so it was a good test for them. The match played in the Middle East. But the game here the two teams are taking it so cautiously.
And a great pass there from Uganda. Oh, really taking it easy. Now they stand a good chance. And the clearance was a bit suspect there. It's Uganda back again, but give the ball away. Ahmed Musa will want to rely on his pace. He won't get to the ball before the defender, and he did not. But Uganda on the counter now, Alex Kakuba. They're rolling the ball around very well. William Duanga in the middle of it all. The Ugandans trying to establish a spell of possession here.
Exactly. Micho has brought in young lads in this match. Even the captain of the national team was not called up for this match, as the scoreline remains 0-all here in Uyo. And so you can see they brought 5 players from the under-23 side that lost to Mozambique by penalty shootout in the All-Africa Games qualifiers, and this just took place only a week ago.
And that seems to be the trend in Africa here, bringing young players, experimenting, trying to build a team for the future. And we recall that the Bafana of South Africa, under the new coach, Ephraim Shakes, was experimenting as well. During the qualifiers for the Nations Cup, he brought an enchanting bunch of players that really dished out some sweet to watch football over the period. They got to the Nations Cup proper and floundered, but you still can see what they're trying to do. That seems to be the game plan for Daniel Amokachi and the Nigerian football handlers as well. Nigeria trying to come again. Hope Akpan, crossfield pass, finding Leon Balogun. Of course, possession has been almost equal. Oh, great Ahmed Musa. Nigeria still looking for that opener. It's not easy in coming, and Uganda defending calmly. That's what they need to be able to put these obviously hungry Nigerians in check. Honors almost entirely exactly even here between the two sides. Possession 51-49. And of course, scoreline goalless between the two sides in the 12th minute of play.
Nigeria has had one chance that should have nicked it to put Nigeria in the lead, but the Super Eagles didn't take that, and they keep probing. But the Ugandans have really not been a team that you would say they've not put their acts together. They've been trying to put in the passes, put the ball on the ground, and that's what it should be.
And of course, Leon Balogun has an eye for the overlap. He's been doing the wing-back beat quite interestingly since the kickoff of this game. And let's go up. Good defending again from Uganda. That time, Joseph Nsubuga. He plays for Bright Stars in Uganda. And he did that very calmly. Uganda trying to break now. They're going to have to do some work now. That's centrally coming for them. And the pass rolled across by Derek Tekwo. It's a free kick from a position that must make the mouth of the Ugandans water. It's not that far away from the goal.
And as you can see, Luaga, the Sporting Portugal player, just brought down there. And coming from Chima Akasa. Chima Akasa making his debut for the full national team. He's played a couple of games for the home-based Super Eagles. So the experience in defending. But you could see that Daniel Amokachi is trying to put together a whole new defenders for Nigeria, except for Kenneth Omero. All the other defenders are new in the team. Leon Balogun just his second cap for Nigeria.
Of course, you will notice that such names as Nathaniel Joseph on the bench for Nigeria, as Igwe is also on the bench. Well, these are players that have had a look in the national team, especially Igwe, who has been almost a recurring decimal. But it's a free kick to Uganda now. Dummy sold, and it struck sweetly but wide. It took a deflection, very fractional deflection. So it's going to be a corner kick, the first corner kick of the game, coming to the Cranes.
And that was the danger man, Jeffrey Massa. He delayed a little bit when that dummy was sold for that free kick. And then when he came with that shot, it was was just found wanting but deflected for a corner kick, the first for the Ugandans.
It's not a bad one. Enyama got his fingertips to it. That was looking very dangerous. It was a well-taken corner kick. And the Ugandans are really asking questions here with Nigeria. I think they take over now, right? Indeed, Onazi couldn't control the ball and allowed it to be taken away from him. Leon Balogun wants to be very careful as he's going after Shafiki Bakaki. Another free kick to Uganda. They seem to be employing some trickery here. Mia Farouk getting the better of his opponent.
Ugandans are becoming dangerous when going forward, and you could tell from the fast pace, the quick pace that they put up in their forward play.
And it's a free kick by Mia Farouk. Again, Yonazi almost giving the ball away again. It seems to be a little bit match rusty. Not been getting a lot of game time in Lazio in the Italian Serie A. And it perhaps shows as well. Nigeria finding it difficult to break through into that box of the Ugandans. They had an opportunity, they didn't utilize it well. Ahmed Musa now. And the referee says play on. Onazi expected the referee's call there, it didn't come. The Nigeria still in possession. The Super Eagles of Nigeria rolling the ball around. Stephen Uko getting involved as well, but that one was a wayward pass from Nigeria. Easily cleared by Dennis Onyango in goal for Uganda. Nigeria tearing away again. That pass was too strong, and well, the flag did stay down, but the ball just outran Anthony Uja. Anthony Uja, of course, plays for FC Cologne in Germany, and he's been in the goals recently for his side.
He came into big news in his last goal celebration, what he scored against their 1-0 win against Wolfsburg, and of course it was widely celebrated when they pulled the horns of a goat, the mascot, and all that.
All sorts of things we can do in the delirium of just having scored a goal, and that was one such incident. Anthony Uja getting in the news, not just for scoring a goal, but the way he celebrated and welcomed that goal. The Ugandans, they seem to be giving as much as they are taking now against the Super Eagles. Barely getting his head to that ball. Chima Kasan, that was almost... Was it an own goal that nearly came? But the referee says no, that the last touch on the ball actually came from Uganda.
And as you can see, poor header coming from Chima Kasa, and the Ugandans came very well. It was almost there. The Ugandan well positioned, and that's Massa himself, the big man, almost putting Uganda ahead, but he's not satisfied. He thought the ball came off a Nigerian foot.
Nigeria, Nelson Obunnaya trying to get the ball away, keeps it in. Stephen Uko, Nigeria's Super Eagles. And then it's Hoop Akpan gets the ball across. Return for Akpan.
After being off, recovered from the injury, he copped up playing for Nigeria against Mexico.